Hi. Been a hot minute. A lot of things have happened that I don't have the energy to go over. You know what I do have the energy to go over? Talking about concert going and my experience and a little vlog of the very few clips I got of going to the Bloomin' Heaven tour. So let's get into it. There must have been an angel by my side. So, I went to the Bloomin' Heaven tour in St. Louis, and stellar show, by the way. But I have some clips that I'll insert here and there of like my outfit, my makeup, and whatnot. And one thing I shot like on that day, but I didn't like how I looked in it, so we're gonna go over it today. If you're new to concert going, I'm gonna show you what I take to concerts. So depending on the venue, it depends on what type of bag you can carry, but I haven't had any issues with this bag. This is just a really small crossbody Silent Planet bag. So, I'll get into what I take in my bag. So, front pockets, normally like whatever makeup I'm wearing or perfume or whatever. I normally just go with like a eyeliner and kind of smudge it out because your eyeliner is gonna get smudged anyway, so you should do like a smoky eye look if you wear makeup. I'll do a lip tint and then like the Clinique almost lipstick. It's just the Benetint. I like the Tower 28 mascara. However, it's not waterproof, I will say. So keep that in mind. If you're going to go to a concert and you're going to cry. Well, this one actually isn't that messy. However, I was sweating a lot. So I was surprised whenever I heard Heavener for the first time live and I cried. I wasn't having tear streaks on my face. This isn't waterproof. However, it will not cause like tear streaks. My favorite mascara ever, honestly. And then I wear a stronger perfume. This Juliet Has a Gun. I got a sample of it for my birthday. I wore this the other night and I smelled, even though I could kind of smell like my BO, I smelled this very strongly. So, and you're gonna kind of like if you're worried about it being too strong, if you're there and you're dancing and you're having fun, it will sweat and dilute. But if you're kind of being a square in the back and not moving, then maybe tone it down. I don't know. Honestly, if you're kind of scared about smelling bad, there is someone there that will smell worse than you. I can 100% tell you that. There will be someone there that smells 100 times worse. But if you go to a metal show, you should wear deodorant. Let's just say, like, you should do that. Don't listen to, like, Matthew McConaughey who says, like, oh, I haven't worn deodorant in 3 years and blah, 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 or whatever. Whatever he says. He's Matthew McConaughey. He cannot wear deodorant. You, however, you're not Matthew McConaughey. You have to wear deodorant. So, another thing that's in my bag, so I'm a cis woman.
Girl, you are valid.
Hey. And I always have to carry period products with me. So this bag is so stupid. I have this bag. I don't know if it'll show. It has like Sam, Dean, and Cass as like little different fruits. I'll also put the Etsy seller here where I got this from. This is where I keep all my period products in. I have ADHD, by the way. That's why this video is all over the place. Another thing, I got this when I got into St. Louis because I was thinking about it. I was like, I get really sweaty and stuff. So you should get some dry shampoo. My scalp gets really sweaty and oily, so I highly recommend dry shampoo. There's probably also more eco-friendly dry shampoos too, not one with aerosol cans because these are like really hard to recycle and stuff, blah 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 blah. And so I carried that. I normally try to carry like a hair clip or a hair tie with me because normally I get pretty sweaty, but this last show I wanted to keep my hair down no matter what. So also me personally, I haven't had to use it at a concert, but I do carry like an emergency over-the-counter inhaler. I haven't been diagnosed with asthma, but I've had some events recently where I'm like, oh shoot, this kind of sounds like asthma. My dad got diagnosed with asthma when he was like 27. So I'm like, it might be creeping up on me. I've been trying to change some habits too and whatnot. So like, don't hurt me. I'm frail. I'm not frail. Also, good thing to keep hand sanitizer with you because I forgot it when I was heading over to St. Louis and I was like, my hands feel gross. My friend Johanan had some. Put a photo of Johanan here. I love Johanan. You should carry some hand sanitizer with you. And then gum. You should carry gum with you. That's another thing I forgot. But this kind lady in line gave me some gum. Another thing too, electrolytes. This is the if I can give you any tip, you need to bring electrolytes with you. This is a huge thing you need to take, especially if you're dancing and screaming and singing like I do. I ball out at concerts, right? Especially if it's a band I love. And I balled out. Sorry. Bring electrolytes. I brought 2 with me. I only used 1, but depending on the venue, the most annoying thing about venues is they won't let you bring water bottles, obviously, because they think you're gonna pull you're gonna put vodka in a water bottle, you know. But however, another annoying thing about venues too is sometimes they don't have water bottles, so you have to get like the liquid death, and you kind of have to like open it and kind of carefully shake it, and I hate that so much. This last venue though, they had water bottles, which was really nice. Some venues might let you bring snacks and stuff if you have like a medical need for like snacks and stuff, that's fine. Also, another thing too is I bring fidgets with me. I don't really use them, it's more so just in case, and also I kind of don't remember to use them. My favorite fidgets, I think these are the ones I brought with me to St. Louis. I brought this Tangle. This is my favorite stim toy, I think. It's messed up right now because it was like flinging around in my bag, but I like to coil it up and make it proper. And then I have my boyfriend got this for me. This isn't really a fidget, it's just a toy. It's the same Winchester Little People figurine, because like Supernatural had like an official Little People line. And then my Silent Planet tech deck. I love this thing so much. It's so fun. It's just a tech deck, but like if you think about it, it is kind of a really nice sim toy, because like the groove of like I don't know anything about skateboards, whatever that is. And then the wheels, and you know, you can obviously roll it and stuff. So it's really nice. I also forgot to say, another thing I bring with me is earplugs. Earplugs, please bring earplugs. I wear the Eargasm earplugs. They're the best earplugs I've used. I've tried loops. I didn't really like them that much. But Eargasms, I can actually hear what's going on in the concert and not go deaf. So yeah. Okay, things that aren't in this bag right now that I will tell you that is really useful. In my wallet, I always have a little bit of cash on me just in case some bands don't carry tap to pay and stuff, but most bands do nowadays. In my wallet, I always carry a little bit of cash with me. I always carry my insurance card and my AAA card with me, because I'm very blessed that my father, you know, has AAA. And then another thing I have in there is this little card that I wrote down my name, my conditions, the medications I use, people to contact, like my dad, my partner, my sister, my therapist, my doctor, my psychiatrist. Just in case something happens, like I get mangled in a car accident or something and they can't identify my body and who to call. Bruh. So that's kind of something I think even anyone should do, not just like a concert goer or anything like that. You should probably have that in your bag just in case. Also, another thing too, charge your phone beforehand, because you're gonna be surprised how quick your battery's gonna drain. So, okay, let me get into the actual day and different tips and tricks and stuff. My little pony, my little pony. I'm going to the Bloom in Heaven tour, and I wanted to film some stuff. I'm not getting my camera out. Okay, you can forget that. But I wanted to film some stuff because I was like, oh, you know, it'd be kind of fun to film like my concert experience and like what I like doing at concerts, my strategies and stuff like that. So I'm getting ready. So it's really hard to, because the camera's like right there and I want to look center. But then when I look center, I'm looking at myself. It's stupid. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm packing because I didn't pack last night because I was dealing with things. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna get ready. Hopefully leave in an hour. Cross fingers. I'm also really hungry. So, St. Louis is about a 4-hour drive for me. So, I got up pretty decently early and went on. I'll insert some footage and whatnot. I got to my hotel and I'm about to munch on my food. Yeah, I was about to say that I was like, man, Illinois, because I'm not staying in St. Louis. I was like, man, Illinois, like, people are nice, because, like, a girl complimented my outfit at Walmart, and, like, you know, people have been, like, really friendly. But then, truck drivers, not like semi-truck drivers, just truck drivers. Oh my gosh, I got cut off, like, 2 or 3 times for like, illegal reasons. Like, they were doing it illegally. Hi, welcome to my mukbang. I got VIP. I wasn't going to originally, but then I just like figured my friend Johanna got VIP, so I got it. And then I messaged Johanna and he was like, no, I did not get VIP. So I was like, well, crap. I like being in the venue early. See my pals. I just got black nail polish and some nail polish remover. And some dry shampoo. Oh, we need to open. It does say on the box it is Dennis. I'm gonna eat my food, paint my nails, do my hair a little bit. That is the venue.
My hair's always gonna be frizzy because I have like this weird like in between hair texture. I don't know, it's weird. But better view since the McDonald's bathroom. I tried to film in the McDonald's bathroom, it wasn't good. I got this dress from Target. Yeah, and then some pantyhose and some Docs. And then I got these charms. I will put the Etsy here. But they're like supernatural inspired. So like this one's Sam inspired and this one's Dean inspired. It's a gun and a book. So yeah. My bracelets, my ring, my watch.
So one thing I typically like to do is I like to show up at the venues. So I did VIP, right? So I like getting there typically a bit early. Parking is kind of a weird thing. Like, what I do is I try to look at the area and see, like, okay, is this like a parking on the street situation or is there a parking lot? Most of the time, parking on the street. In St. Louis, that area, there was a meter made, and I was very thankful that I did not get a ticket, because I had time to like redo my meter, because it only went to like 2 hours for some stupid reason. But then it was free after 7. I don't know. St. Louis, get your meters in check. That's weird. So I get there. I'm there pretty early, and I was like, you know, I could have just like run around and stuff. But no, I'm a goofball, and I just stood there. That's one thing I kind of don't like about myself is I get anxious that I have to be there super early, and then I get there and I'm like, oh my god, I have an hour to kill, and I'm stuck in line. What am I gonna do? I highly recommend you get there, depending on, so for VIP stuff, it really doesn't matter, you're gonna be in there. But if you're there for like general admission and whatnot, I recommend getting there 30 minutes beforehand. But if you want to be like front row, get there like, and also it depends on the band too. If the band has a huge following, get there an hour beforehand. It may be more depending on who you're seeing. I see smaller bands, so I normally get there like maybe 30 minutes to an hour beforehand. I get there, and another thing too about being in line for stuff, it really depends on people's vibe. Most of the time, a great way to kill time is to talk to people you're also in line with. I've made some pretty good friends doing this. The first Silent Planet show I ever saw, I was in line, and this group of friends was ahead of me, and I clicked with them super instantly, and the next day we got Culvers together, and I actually photographed one of their weddings, and you know, it's a great way to make friends when you're stuck somewhere. Striking up conversation, just like asking like who they are happy to see and whatnot, and just, you know, compliment their outfit if their outfit's cute. I shouldn't have to tell you how to interact with people. I'm sorry. I get into the VIP. VIP, they did it different this year. Last year they did, because it wasn't a co-headliner, it was just Silent Planet. Last year for their VIP, they did some pre-show songs, and then they did Q&A and then photos. This time there were 70 people at this VIP. There was a lot of people. So they had people go in and take photos and chit chat for a bit, and then pick up their stuff. First grabs at merch, and then head out and put their stuff in their car, and then they get early entry afterwards. I get there, and it was really cute. I walk up and like, Invent Animate, I've never seen Invent Animate, so they don't really know me. However, I've seen Silent Planet so many times, I'm like buddies with them, so they like recognize me, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's Zion, what are you doing here? And like hugged me. It was really sweet. And I made them giggle when I was telling them what to do for the, for the photo. And whatnot, because I do this like thing where I have them do like an awkward thumbs up and like with an awkward smile. That's just like always been like my thing for photos. It's just so stupid. There's like a whole story of why I do that. First thing I did though, afterwards, after I got the photo done and whatnot, the bar was open. I got a water bottle and I put electrolyte mix in it because I was like, let me pre-game some electrolytes real quick. I needed more water after that. Also, here's another thing. Tip number, whatever tip this is. Wear something comfy to shows, but it's obviously okay to dress up because I dress up for shows. I wear dresses and skirts and whatnot for metal shows because I really want to piss a lot of metalcore guys when I get mic grab, and I do like the, you know, I do all that, and they see that I'm in like a really frilly dress. I really want to piss those people off. Also too, it's kind of airy. You can kind of fan yourself, and there's a lot more movement when you're in a dress too, especially if it's flowy, not like a restricting dress. I wear a lot to like flowy dresses. I highly recommend that. I wear docs to shows, but I need to get new I need to get some type of like inserts. I need to get inserts in them. There we go. Because my feet will kill me at the end of the night. Wear something also too, if you're gonna mosh, wear something that you don't mind getting roughed up just in case. I'm not saying like Silent Planet shows you're gonna get like your nose busted or anything, but like I saw Knocked Loose and I got my tooth chipped, and thankfully there was no blood, but like, you know, you kind of have to be careful, and like, you know, maybe if you get blood on your clothes, make sure it's like a piece of clothing you don't really care to get blood on. So I was wearing a white dress, so I wasn't really wanting to do that. I moshed like this much. I didn't do it a lot because I was really preserving for like to belt my lungs out and whatnot. So to go into the actual concert, Alt did so good. They're from Sweden. They are astounding. I need to get more into their discography, but one thing I like to do is I like going into a band live blind, because sometimes, which okay, I'm gonna lie, I did listen to one Alt song and it was really good. However, sometimes I like listening to a band without hearing their discography and hearing how they sound live. And if they sound this good live, imagine how good their discography is. So that's one thing I like to do. Alt was so good. I had so much fun. Me and Johanna were having a blast. I have a video of him doing like a circle pit somewhere. I'll put it here. 156 Silence obviously did great. Super talented people. I will say it's a different experience when you're in a smaller venue seeing them versus like a bigger venue, because like I also just like going to smaller venue shows. It's just a little bit more intimate. They did really good. They tore the house down and whatnot. I wish they did some different songs, or like they could have done more songs in their set list, but I understand there was like 4 bands playing that night, and Invent and Silent Planet were doing their full like albums. Invent Animate, it was my first time seeing them ever, and oh my gosh. You know, you hear a band and you're like, they're really good, and then you see them live and they're even better. That is so rare. There's few bands I can think about that, like Thornhill is a band that's even better live. Invent Animate did so good, and because they did All the Light Is Gone for their set, and Mitch came out, and let me tell you, Mitch did so good. was talking to Mitch after, and I said, the stage placement of having you in the middle was perfect. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Because here's the thing, Mitch, obviously, because Mitch isn't the front man of Silent Planet, so he's off to the side. However, Mitch is so good. I was like, you needed that spotlight because you're really talented, and people need to see how talented you are. Is what I was trying to tell him. I don't know how it came out, but that's what I was trying to tell him, because he's really talented. He can speak like any language too. He's crazy. And then played Heavener, the song Heavener, live. And here's the thing, I didn't cry listening to it by myself. Hearing it live though, I was bawling. I couldn't tell what was tears and sweat. It was intense. I hadn't cried that much at a concert probably in a really long time. It was beautiful. They did really good. Also, their clothing is really pretty too. I was wearing I told you I was wearing this white dress. You see in the footage, I was wearing this white dress. This girl came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty and whatnot. I'm like, oh my gosh, you want my heart? I will give it to you. I'll rip it out of my chest right now. But she was talking to another girl while I was trying to get water, and this other girl was gesturing to me, and I was like, huh? What? And she was like, you're literally dressed like Animate vibes. And I was like, that was the vibe I was going for. And my nails were red, and that was supposed to be super bloom, and I tore them off. And then Silent Planet obviously did great. They obviously did really good. Another thing too, me and Johanan like to do is we like to dance, but not like mosh. Like we were, I swear to you, I swear, there was this Invent song, I can't remember which one it was, I might ask Johanan, where literally, it was either Caleb or Marcus asked people to dance, and literally me and Johanan were like the only ones that were doing it, and it was so annoying. But we'll do like a silly little waltz and stuff like that, and like twirl each other around, and it's fun. And we were doing that during Silent Planet's, some of Silent Planet's set too, and they did Return to One, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but Marcus was kind of like, you know, trying to keep up with his own performance, because I thought I heard from other concerts that Marcus wasn't there for Return to One. However, he did great. He did super good. They didn't play Armageddon Eyes though, which is kind of sad. And then there was this interlude part. Oh gosh, let me tell you this. There was this interlude that they did, and they've been doing this. They'll play this interlude like cover instrumental, and Garrett will kind of have everyone close their eyes and stuff. And I remember I was in the crowd with my friend Johanan, and we kind of like held each other while like Garrett was talking, the music was going, and you know, he was saying like the motif of this tour has been be free. Like, be present, be free from, like, these little things. Speaking of that, instantly checks phone. To be free from, you know, the things that suck us from our attention. But literally, like, the music, how sweaty me and Johanan were, feeling someone's presence and breath and pulse during that whole set was so visceral and so, like, ethereal. I don't know, I could come up with so many words, but it was a very special moment. So they go into Trilogy, and I've gotten mic grabbed for Trilogy a handful, like 1 or 2 times. This time though, I was kind of getting tired. I was like, shoot, I gotta pull out something, because right now what I have isn't much. However, I have the energy for some low vocals.
Good morning. I woke up to something very precious.
Garrett also, he's like stage diving into the crowd, and how he is, he's like laying on top of people's hands, and I'm trying to like cradle him so he doesn't fall, but his face is like right here, and I'm like, oh shoot, you know, I'm like trying to like not like drop him. And I'm like, oh gosh. So like Garrett's like all like, you know, he's over the crowd and stuff. I grab the mic and I do my thing, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm kind of like, I feel like he's slipping and stuff, and I'm kind of holding him like, are you okay? I couldn't hear if he said anything to me, but he turned out to be fine. It's really fun too, after getting mic grab, people looking at you and be like, holy crap. Because I work pretty hard on it. I try my best to do proper technique, and I haven't done the best about posting covers and stuff, but I try to practice, and I try. You know, I try. And I will say, it does inflate my ego. It does. Garrett's also been very encouraging with my vocals. He's asked me a couple times when I'm going to start my band, and I'm like, I don't really know how to start one. So if you're in the Louisville area and you are a drummer at least, I would like to chit chat, because honestly, that's been the biggest thing, is trying to find a drummer. But Garrett's always been like, if I have a question, or if like, I want to talk about like Scream stuff and whatnot, he's always been very open to talking about that with me. Afterwards, I got to talk to, you know, I got to catch up with like Alex and Mitch and Nick, and I kind of put some stuff in. I got to catch up with Garrett and talk a little bit. And yeah, they're just super sweet dudes. That's one thing too. It's like, I think my first Silent Planet concert, Garrett like talked to me. And it kind of gave me confidence to talk to other bands as well, even if they're not as like friendly or outgoing as Garrett and like Alex and Nick and Mitch. If they're not like, you know, as used to doing that, like I was talking to 156 Silence, and they're kind of staring at me like I had two heads, but it's fine. But it's like, it's a good thing too. Like, these people are also human. They also want connection and to hear feedback and to get to know like the people that listen to their music. So I would say, if you want to talk to someone, and if they're kind of like out, you know, talking to people, you definitely should. You should go talk to them. And don't get like offended or like upset if they don't have time to talk and whatnot, because they are also human too. I will say that too. Like, they're human. That's how honestly I got to get a lot of like kind of metalcore like buddies and whatnot, is because I was a bit more comfortable talking to people because of Garrett talking to me. And yeah, and then I'm trying to think what else happened. I got a shirt that's really cool. I told myself, I don't know if I'll get any merch, but then I saw this shirt and it was really cool. It's like, has like a mallard duck on it, like Silent Planet has. And then I also got an Invent CD. I should have got some stuff from Alt. I already had some 156 Silence merch from earlier of their tour, when they were in Covington. So yeah, another huge tip too, if you're staying in a hotel and whatnot, look and see if they have a microwave, and if they do, you should go to a gas station and get pizza rolls, and you should heat them up in the microwave, and you should eat them in the tub, because that was a god experience for me. It was awesome. But concert going, if I can give any last minute tips, be yourself, have fun, literally, like, let yourself have fun, let yourself sing and dance and be goofy. Don't care about what other people think. If you want to jump around and have fun, do it. Another thing too is when you make friends, and if for me as a girl, I try to at least acquaint myself with one or two girls there, just in case something happens. In case something happens to them, something happens to me, we kind of both go, I got you. And just girl code. Follow girl code. As an outro, I love Silent Planet. I love Animate. I love 156 Silence. I love my friends. I love living life and partying and having fun. And I think you should party and have fun too. So let yourself party. Let yourself be free. Let yourself be cringe. And have fun and be yourself. I don't know what videos I have this one video idea, but it's gonna take me forever to do. Yeah, if there's anything, I also might post some like vocal covers here too. If there's any other video suggestions you guys might like, if I remember this channel exists again, let me know. I'd be happy to hear whatever people want to see from me. Have a good one. Bye.
Can I flip steel? And can you make a dragon jockey? I'm about to enter pearl. And I don't know if I can see you again.